All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on now, come on now, let's go. Go, go.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. He finds an opening past the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
To throw, it's Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
A first down carry for Smith. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Go right in. Here we go. 46. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get it.
Second down, Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Here we go. 46. 46. Under. Here we go. 46. 46. Here we go. 47. 26.
from the shotgun. It's Prescott. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
46. Here you go. 26.
Prescott from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. Fighting to stay upright. Flushed out right. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there, couldn't hang on. Second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for second and goal.
Gun. Here we go. 41's the will. Gun. 47. 26.
Throwing. Prescott dancing to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is third and goal.
Here we go, 46.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, third and goal.
Here we go, 46. Here we go. 48. Woo. Hey, 47. Here we go, get that. Let's go, get up.
Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Wins to throw on second down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Black, come on. Check 31. Check 31.
On the handoff, this is Howard. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Shorty. There, sit. Liz.
Throwing is Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Prescott again. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This will be caught just inside the 10. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air again, Prescott. Now he's flushed out left. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And again, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. This is Howard on 2nd down. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Come on now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Great 15. Great 15. This spot 2. Stat. 81.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
26. 47. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Then we're going to 53. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
There we go. Good. Then we're going to 53. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Eagles have recovered.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Great 15. Great 15. For Tokyo.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Great 15. Great
Exactly
15.
what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling
81,
a little bit.
81. 82. That's it.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's got this down to the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, for Tokyo!
They pitch out to Howard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Come on now, come on now, let's go. Run.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Eagles on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Here we go. 180! Shift. Check three. Shift. Check, go get him. Shift.
A give to Howard. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Jordan Howard unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. First down, Prescott. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Fletcher Cox, coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
47.
Now Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
41's the will. Here we go, 47. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now Sproles. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And out now come the Eagles. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Here we go. 46. 46.
Here's Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Here we go. 46. 46.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Under. 46.
And the blitz does come. Eluding the pressure right. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
This 5-2. On the ball.
They go with Howard again. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Howard. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Done. 46. 26.
To throw is Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Then we're going to 53. Here we go. Gun. Here we go. Get that. Let's go.
Prescott to throw it. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Hey, Sweat. Here we go. 46. Sweat and 8. 41's the whip. Here we go. 47.
This looks like a free play for Prescott. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
Sweat and 8. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Prescott yet again. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll throw again. Prescott. And incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Prescott now. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the toss play, Howard. And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. 31 yards there and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They toss left to Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun. Wentz. It's over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot a bit.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Shotgun now for Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Tyson. Undercut.
This is Howard on the toss right. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Shorty, shorty, shorty.
Now Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jalen Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A first down throw for Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now Wentz will keep it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Sunday, Sunday! Fort Tokyo! Wrap.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's in. Touchdown. Eagles. Jordan Howard, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
46. Here we go, 46. 26. Here we go, 47. Hey, 47. 26.
Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Prescott to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. As a quarterback, this is where you look for those instincts to really kick in and take over, right?
Yeah, you can't force it downfield because if you throw an interception here, the game could be over.
Then we're going to 52. 26.
Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. That one goes for 24 yards. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, 48. Here we go, 46, 46. Woo! 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Switch, switch, hey. Gun. 26. Here we go, 47. Woo! 26.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now they'll run it on the toss. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up.
Great. Good chip. Get over there. Go.
Again, it's Howard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Here we go, get that. Let's go, get out. Hey, we're going right there. 46.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. And he finds Beasley, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
46. Here we go. All right, it's coming now. Here we go, 46. Here you go. 26.
Prescott from the gun. On the left side, Gallup's got it. Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 40. Here we go, 46, 46.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, if you and I were playing quarterback in this one, we would be really confident right now throwing it to him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's just saying, hey, I was all state. I'll make it rain out here. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He hit his first, this one from 38. And that is no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
What can Wentz do now with his drive? Flush to his right. Throwing deep here for Coleman. Oh, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
46. 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Going up top. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Gets it to Bryce Butler, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And we're going to get whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the extra session. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And we're going to get whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the extra session. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This to win it in overtime. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. This one took us deep into the night, but in the end, after 5 quarters, we're unable to determine a winner.
Well, can I say it? I think it's a fair outcome of the kind of game that we had, pretty evenly matched. But here's where it gets tough. Because it was a night game, makes it much shorter on the turnaround, doesn't it? Especially for the visiting team.